can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. And thing sucks.
Deep fried pixels.
Great, good stuff. I think people are getting really cranked.
I know I'm cranked.
I am from that movie Cranked with Jason Statham. Running time 103 minutes.
That was a good movie.
Directed by Ron Perlman and Benicio del Toro.
Is that really?
No, that's totally. I made that up.
That would be no, but you need to lean into that. You just need to every single time anybody brings up a movie, you need to just go ahead and throw out some just completely.
Like I was Steven Spielberg. Yep, he absolutely directed that. Absolutely, you're absolutely wrong. Go ahead and try and look it up. Yeah, it's going to say it's wrong because the woke media they've also taken over.
Color me cranked.
There he is. Hey, everybody! It's Bear the Wolf, the Bardos.
Everybody's woke. Woke's the thing to be now. So
I guess, dude.
Right? No, I don't. I'm not really looking into it that much. I didn't really. Zach really. I know. He's on the top of his woke game.
Yeah, I'm at the pinnacle of probably as woke as I'll get.
Yeah. You're the wokest. For sure. Absolutely.
He is a wokest.
Is
that what they call him? You're a wokest?
Yeah.
Wokest. Yeah, that's right. I can fly in and destroy crops.
Yeah. I come in and destroy your elections.
Like a dragon.
Yeah.
I've been watching we binged all of House of Dragon.
Yeah. Is it any good?
Dude, I liked it. I like it so far. Yeah, the season finale.
I watched I watched like 2 episodes of it, and then it's not that I didn't like it. It's just that I didn't really get into it. I think I need to go back and.
Yeah, the visual effects on those dragons. NPC did them all. Dude, really good shit.
Well, it's not quite like it's not like the first iteration really like grabbed you by the. It was this kind of a slow burn. Like I don't think we saw dragons for 3 seasons.
It was
Oh yeah, and then but this is cool because they're all different dragons, right? So they all look really different. Dude, some of those shots it's just like whoa, holy shit! Like it was pretty impressive.
I mean, dude, they've got dragons down now. There's no.
Yeah, but it wasn't Pixelmondo who did it. It was NPC.
Over. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I guess I mean like it was impressive a little while ago, but like they can do a dragon pretty. I mean, like I think they have a dragon.
I wouldn't say it's easy. Like all that stuff, man. You start with a new team.
No, man, they have a dragon button. I mean, you know how these clients think. We have just pre. You've got it. Come on, you've had another project that you used a dragon on. I know you have a dragon sitting around.
Probably
a fully rigged dragon, just like we need.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we have 10 different ones you can choose from. We made the other day, just shitting and fucking around.
We'll send Alfred to the dragon vault.
Computer, show me this dragon with feathers.
Computer, less.
But just use AI. I thought you could use AI. I saw a thing the other day where you could just get a model of anything with AI. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Can I send you the link to that? Why don't we send you the link to that?
The SIG-graph, you guys haven't seen the SIG-graph paper on that with the NVIDIA. They can make with text or just speech or text or whatever, right? Like fucking fully 3D objects that go into OpenUSD.
I heard you have to. Insane. Jack Ma posted his cell phone number on Twitter, and you have to text it to him.
Oh, you have to text like a dick pic or something?
And then it shows up in your inbox, like whatever you thought when you were texting, like, hey, what's up? Here's a dick pic. You get back.
It's just that you get back a link to meetspin.com.
A little vulnerable right now.
But so So here's the thing: is it is all really dependent on your algorithm.
Yes. Oh wow, we're not even 10 minutes in, and we've already gotten all the props.
We flashed.
We've blown our load.
Yeah, I'll bring my have a flashlight just over here. Just let me...
Oh, you got a flashlight you want to break out?
I wish.
We'll go ahead and get banned tonight.
I do have I got a little massager over here. I can bring over.
Deep fried pixels brought to you by the Lonely Man's Meal.
We're going anti-woke. Are we going to go woke? Like the opposite of woke?
Oh,
whoa!
Oh, dude, is that one of those? Is that one of those banana cleaners?
That look. First of all, that could just coming in and out of frame so quickly. It was so. That was pretty. That was fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't expected.
Man. Speaking of SIGGRAPH, it was here in Denver, and I just didn't even go.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a pretty good time, huh? The SIGGRAPH convention floor.
I guess
that's a good time, isn't it?
Yeah, there was some people that I'd worked with who were like hitting me up. They'd never, they were kind of younger kids in the industry, and they were just like, "Oh, are you going to SIGGRAPH?" And I was like, "No."
No.
I'm not. I don't think. They were just like, "Oh, well, I'm going. What should I do?" And I'm just like, I didn't really know what to say, and I was kind of just like, I was in the middle of doing something for work. Even if I wanted to go, I'm just too busy to go, which is a blessing and a curse, right?
Right.
But I was just like, man, don't do any of the. If you're new, like if you're at where you're at in your career, don't go. Like, go get like floor tickets, right? Go to the booths and find out who's throwing the parties, what bar they're throwing the parties at, and go there. And then find all the people who look like they are having trouble making eye contact with each other, and those are your targets.
The awkward ones.
Yeah.
Looking towards the ends of the bars.
Yeah, right. I was like, go find the dark corners in those bars where people are just sitting around looking like they look for the sunken in eyes and the hunched over, like they could rest their hands on the top of their head, but without raising their elbows past their shoulders. It's like find those guys and go.
Yeah, that's the COO. Go talk to him.
Yeah, right. I was like, that's honestly, man. If you're like everything else at SIGGRAPH is going to be pointless to you. Like it's going to be worthless to you. You're going to go in the stuff that they're talking about in those presentations, unless you're a computer science major, probably way over your head. You might get lucky and recognize half of what's going on, But I was
that's such a good way of putting it.
Unless you've been down and in it, like you are just not. It's gonna go past you. You know what I mean? Like I got because of just a weird stroke of luck, I guess. I presented at Hive one year, and like everybody was like nice to me, but they were kind of just like nice dumb presentation guy, like it was simple. What I was saying is it was simplistic compared to like what half of the people there were doing. But I do feel like my presentation that I gave that year was definitely more geared towards like, this is what I was always, I was like, this is what I was always sold. This system is an accomplishment for me, and I'm presenting it because I always felt like this is how things could and should run on a production. You make a tool that automates a lot of the stuff that, you get the notes, you make that change to one shot, and it propagates out to everything else, send it off to the farm, everything renders over the weekend, good to go. Like it actually worked like that, and you've got your handful of shots that stuff, you're gonna go around and around in circles doing notes on those. But the majority of the stuff was automated. And it was cool on that level. But the presentations at SIGGRAPH are all over the place, and as the years have gone on, they've been less and less artist friendly. Like my first SIGGRAPH in the mid 2000s that I went in and I was just like, what in the heck is going on? There's no artists here. Like I had a better time at like a Comic-Con going
or E3.
Like yeah, right. And seeing like going to like Artists Alley at Comic-Con was way more beneficial for me mentally, even just not knowing anybody. not knowing what's going on, going and seeing stuff that way was much more beneficial than going to my first SIGGRAPH.
My first SIGGRAPH, I went like at the end of my school when I was going to Dave's school. They had like, I was in one of the first classes, and so part of their thing was like, part of your year being here, we're all going to go to SIGGRAPH, and take you to SIGGRAPH. So we went, and like, I was just a student, still, and so it like what you said is right, like. It was so much I didn't even understand what was happening, where I fell into that role.
This linear
that world.
equation doesn't have like the correct derivative of the gravity coefficient.
Like listening to these panels that I didn't understand what was going on or what they were even talking about.
Yeah.
Right. But it was also, there was such an emphasis on this is where you go to find a job.
Right.
Right. And so, and I get that there was plenty of opportunity for that there.
Sure.
But for somebody who's still in school, it was just, there's not.
It's
right.
not.
Because, my demo reel at the time was very much a student learning demo reel. Way less so then than it is today. I would imagine someone's student demo reel today is probably way better than what, what I had put together. Back then, why would anybody give me a job? It's like, okay, yeah, you know how to texture some things, and you know what 3D is, seemingly,
right.
But
well, that's the crazy thing, man. Is like, yeah, I think he's hitting it on the head. SIGGRAPH never really was and never really has been a job fair, aside from what I mentioned. Like if you kind of
if you go out and mingle and have drinks, that is the right way to do it.
But you go in, but at that level, you do have to kind of be established already, right? Like if you go to those parties and you're just like walking up to people at the bar, like, what do? You might as well.
Everybody
I'm a student. No.
Yeah. You got a student. People are going to be like, cool,
unless you're a girl.
I'm here to get some drinks in me, and because
they're immediately going to go, oh, you're here fishing for a job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not going to be a fruitful endeavor for you, no matter what, at that level. Unless
not through me, anyway. I'm not your path.
Yeah, unless you know people, and you've established, you've already been working, you could show up and like get introduced, meet people, people, and it's kind of like that introduction gets made. Like, oh, here's so and so. I worked with them at XYZ a couple years ago, and they're your guy for this or that. That's kind of, it can work on that level. But I never really, I don't know, man. I never went to the SIGGRAPH party stuff really beyond like just going there to meet up with buddies. Anyhow, that whole scene to me is just a weird.
Yeah, if you break it into the industry, is all about what kind of liquor you drink.
Yeah, right. Well, and the crazy thing is too is like I did kind of struggle throughout the years. I never did figure out. Maybe I'm just a weirdo for it, but I never really did figure out like who is SIGGRAPH for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would go to the emerging tech booths, and not as like a representative of anywhere I worked or anything like that. I would hit like the emerging tech booths because that kind of stuff was just an interesting stroll through. And you'd never get a conversation that was longer than 30 seconds because they would ask you, who are you here like representing? They would always angle at that. And if you weren't representing a company to give them money, they were like, bye.
Yeah.
Like they had
why would they? I get it. I mean, it seems like a dickish approach, but at the same time, like, I get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I always struggled with that because I was like, man, this is a public, like, this is a public interfacing thing. And if you're a jerk like that, you don't know if somebody in the day and age of social media, you don't know if somebody's out there being like, let's see how many dickheads I can find at SIGGRAPH who are being jerks to people and like post that and blast you on the internet with that kind of stuff. Like, you'd have to have a pretty incredible piece of technology for people to look past that, posting that.
Well, you're also not going to act that out of pocket with a camera in your face either.
Well, you got a hidden camera.
You wouldn't think.
Yeah. But
you're about to be canceled.
It was odd. Yeah, it was odd. It was always odd, man. going there like at other capacities than like going to meet up with people that I knew or like show up.
That
to a
is an
party
interesting angle though. We should do that. We should do that channel of like, do we know a student that we can send into situations that they shouldn't be in and just see if they get exposed?
Welcome back to episode 2 of VFX Secret Shopper.
Yeah, just send them into the bars with like, hey, this is Steven Spielberg's bar. Like, go in there and see if you can sweet talk Spielberg into a job.
Oh my
we're
God.
gonna be in your ear and tell you what to say.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's like one of those spoof shows, but a prank show. But it's not a prank show. We really can see if we try to, no, I think we can do it. Like we actually have the purpose of trying to get this dude a job. And that's the whole show. The success is the show of getting this person a job by, us guiding him through the process.
I'm in. I just greenlit it.
Just did it.
When we film our first episode.
Reality television is the new future, man. Like all our jobs are gonna be taken by AI, right?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Can't wait. Let's do it.
I want to. Hey, look, I'd love nothing more than just sit here and prompt my way through a job.
Man, wouldn't that be nice? Well, they've done with all the studies they've done now, where they're just like, actually, when they added it on, like they added, what were they saying? Like they added the stuff in, added AI into the workflow, and it made everybody like it doubled everybody's workload. It made everybody miserable.
Yeah,
and I was just like, yeah, that sounds about right.
Right, yeah.
Anybody who spent any amount of time in a prompt can easily see like it is not going to make less work. It is going to make more work.
Oh no, like 100%.
Yeah,
I mean, like
programming
I don't know because I don't. You guys use it more for like on the programming side, right? Like for getting code and stuff out of it. But like,
yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
The word salad it puts out in like just trying to get it to give you like a letterhead or something, like some kind of like email to somewhere, like or something. It just puts out the craziest thing. Like I can't imagine that programming is not the same way, right? Like this big bloated script or something that you didn't, it works, but it doesn't really need to be so heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right, that's great input. I appreciate that, gentlemen. Thank you.
Well, here's the thing: is I've never used it in terms of generating code. I've never used it at the capacity where I'm like, I need a big script that does all this stuff. Like I keep my requests to ChatGPT very, very small and modular. Like I'm like, I need a function that does this specific thing for the exact reason that you're talking about. Because like if you ask it anything else, it'd just be like, with the earlier days of AI, like back in 2015, 2016, where people were like, I force fed all of Trump's speeches into an AI and had it write the thing, and it's like he forces himself onto the podium and the crowd goes wild and screams for a wall, like just whatever kind of weird, you know what I mean? Like it was just like it was more comical than anything else.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like, from that point forward, I remember being like, okay, yeah, bite-sized chunks for AI for now.
Yeah.
Keep it manageable and you'll get because that way you can control the flow of the script anyhow. You know what I mean? If you got some chops for aligning blocks of code, you can kind of control the flow of it. And it's helpful that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I think AI, the generative stuff, like I honestly don't see any good use for it. Really, honestly, like I don't really care.
Conceptual. No, conceptual stuff is great.
No, but listen, like there needs to be a lot more better stuff for the cost and all this. It just seems like it's like a stupid thing to have.
Album covers, dude. It can create fucking awesome album covers.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Sure.
Crazy ones for sure.
80s albums covers.
I don't know. I just don't see the benefits of that. Honestly, I just don't see the
for custom tailoring. Yeah, for custom. And I think what you're saying, Brandon, in my mind anyway, is maybe an unintentional commentary on how the VFX industry, from the standpoint of like creating new stuff, has kind of turned into it's turned the path.
Yeah, I mean, AI, it's eating itself now, right? It's getting
sniffing,
dumber.
Well, I'm saying it's sniffing its own farts in terms of like creativity. You know what I mean? Like everything has started to kind of look the same. It has the same visual quality. There's nothing like striking out and like going anywhere different or crazy. It's the same, like, you know, because they're like, okay, we had success with the Marvel universe, so now everything is Marvel movies, and all the Marvel movies all look the same, looks the same, and so they get into that kind of like those creative ruts. And it's not to say that people aren't creative, but people aren't being allowed to see different things, and so all the work that's being generated, it kind of piles in on that specific vein, and people don't explore outward from that enough. You know,
it's an echo chamber.
Yeah, and so we don't see we don't see fresh and new ideas, and that's, you know, with the AI, with the generative things sourcing all that material, how much more is it even just like collapsing in on itself? And that's not to say that, you know, if the prompts are what the prompts are, and you know they can stab out in other directions. And when it first came out, the Midjourney pages, I saw a lot of really cool, refreshing design. For no other reason than it was rehashing all this stuff, ironically enough, from the 70s, which we had some pretty prolific designers busting out in the 70s, some cool sci-fi stuff, and all of that was just getting rehashed, put in a blender, and barfed out again. And so we were seeing some kind of cool stuff coming out of it that was really exciting, but now it's all started to kind of become the same thing again. And I'm not seeing, like, I'm kind of getting to recognize, like, it's to the point now where I'm recognizing the things people are using, like the either the LoRa's or the control nets, that kind of stuff. It's becoming we've hit that point a lot quicker than I thought we would, where you're starting to see stuff. It's AI, and it's like, oh, okay, I think I know how they did that one. You know, you could replicate something similar. You might not be able to craft the exact same prompt, but you kind of figure out like what tools they're using to get there. Just like anything else, right? Like, just like for a while, the only thing you ever saw going through motion graphics was shine, right? Just put shine on it. But I'm a motion graphics artist now.
Yeah,
Just guilty of it.
If you want sci-fi, just use lots of lens flares there for a minute.
Right. Yeah.
Anamorphic ones too. You gotta do the anamorphic ones.
Oh yeah, those are the good ones.
You have to.
Sexy, and then like 17 of them in one shot.
Yep.
Always loved that. That's good stuff. Like, why? Why don't we put? There's not even. Why would we put one there?
Yeah.
Why would?
It's not even shot anamorph. What are you doing?
It's not an anamorphic movie.
Like the depth of field is clearly not fucking anamorphic. It's just normal depth of field.
Why wouldn't you put anamorphic there? That's the real question.
JJ wants it.
Yeah.
I love some good client asks.
Man, have you guys ever seen? There's a video called what was it? Truth in Advertising, that was made like early 2000s, and it's got
the movie with fucking what's his face? He looks like a Tom Jane lookalike kind of. Aaron.
Oh, Aaron Eckhart. No, Aaron.
Yeah, he was in that movie, right?
Was he? Let me look it up here quick.
Or no, that was Thank You for Smoking. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah, that was a cool movie. I was gonna say Two-Face, the guy who played Two-Face. Yeah.
It was made in 2001, and it was directed by Tim Hamilton. And it was a short. Yeah, it's a short. But yeah, look it up if you get a minute. It's pretty funny. Like, everybody's very like tongue in cheek. No big names in it. Though the most recognizable person is probably Colin Mockery. He was in it. But everybody's talking, and they're saying what they would be meaning in the tone that they would be saying in the actual room, you know, like they're all in like a board meeting, and this one guy interrupts. He goes, "Yeah, I'd like to ask a question to create the illusion that I give a shit." It's like,
I'd like to justify me being here.
Yeah, and right, Colin Mockery is like the boss. He comes in and he's like, "I'm just popping into the meeting to instill fear in all of you and humiliate your boss." It's pretty funny, but a little too head on the nail, nail on the head, whichever one. Yeah, I was always every time I've ever watched it, I've always kind of like laugh cried, like
Yeah.
ha ha oh. Too real, too real.
That's what happens when I watch my kid do math.
Yeah,
It starts sputtering out.
Yeah. 4
Yeah,
times
man,
7 doesn't equal blue.
I was saying our text chat group thing about Bungie. They laid off like 200 people or something, and then days before, I guess the president or CEO of the company was showing off his $2 million classic car collection.
He's spent.
Oh, yeah, you
what
gotta
was
love
it?
that.
Two. Yeah, something to the tune of around 2 million. Oof,
What a shitty thing, dude! Like,
that's bad optics.
yeah, that's super bad optics.
Oopsies.
Yeah.
Oops, I just want to show everyone these really cool cars.
Oh, did you say it was Bungie? I thought you said it was Fuse.
No, Fuse is going. They're apparently shipping most of the work through Canada to India now. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, here LA studios are having a hard time. It's tough,
Oh, yeah, man.
tough sledding if you're an artist in LA right now.
I mean,
dude, it's brutal there. Yeah,
Which is crazy. That's crazy. That's so crazy.
yeah.
well, this is what happens when you have an industry that is driven by subsidies. You know, like when
That's what happens when you fuck a man in the ass. Sorry.
right, when you find a stranger in the Alps. Yeah, it turns out VFX has found a stranger in the Alps.
Well,
Collectively.
Yeah,
at least we're not.
but-
At least the Teamsters. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
graced
I
us
don't know.
with
I
a
always
nice
found it
little-
absurd that a small group of people control the entire industry. You know, like the unions and stuff. And that's fine; they're unionized or whatever. But like, it's like the SAG people. I mean, writers. I guess there's a lot more writers, but it's just to the whole picture of things, right? It's a very small percentage of people that really control. Like, they can just stop the industry. Like, it's
Yeah.
crazy to me. Yeah.
It's pretty wild, though.
And you know, people are like, "Hey, you should be pro union." It's like, yeah, that's fine, whatever. But like, that's all you. But like, for me, it's like that shit. Like, I can't take time to go strike and do that. I have to feed my family. Like, fuck you. I'm not like,
Right.
I don't care about. Like, I know it's a short term kind of thinking, but it's like, dude, no one's gonna be looking out for visual effects anyways. So it's like, fuck
No.
you. You need to work.
Right. It's not to say that it's not worth saving. It's just that I don't know, man. My life doesn't make room for that.
Yeah, totally. It's like
Every time and I've been fortunate. Like every time I've had it, like I can't. You know, we talk a lot on this show about how you're only as good as like the last job that you had, like how you perform.
yeah,
that kind of
last
stuff.
shot even, right? Last
Yeah,
shot.
and you know, if you're busy and something like that happens, it's just like, you know, you want to support it for the artists that are going through it, and at the same time, it's kind of like, man, I don't want to burn the bridges that I have in order to do that, because just you know, I'm going through it too. Like I've had my stretches of like no work for longer than I wanted to not work, and that's
Right.
an awful time. And nobody was out picketing when that was happening. Had that happened, yeah, I'd have gone out there in a heartbeat and joined them. But
Yeah.
you know, it's a
I'd have made hot dogs.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you
not-
went out there and smoked the butter too.
it's tough. But my small, comparatively small
Roll up
beans
in there with a trailer full of meat.
right. My comparatively small
Seasoned.
beans clients aren't going to understand nor are they going to care about like, oh well, you know, if nobody fights for this, then XYZ. Like that's not.
No.
You know?
Shit.
And then
Okay, I'll go somewhere else. Thanks.
yeah, who knows? Right? Who
People
knows
knowing
who?
you.
Who knows who
Yeah,
they're going to
right.
tell, what they're going to? You know what I mean? It could be
Have
committing
fun with that.
as an artist. You could be committing career suicide, stepping out on stuff that way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard enough. It's hard enough just performing as an artist in this industry. And I say artist loosely.
Yeah, right. I always like to say when people like, I think Bryan is definitely definitely more the artist on the job than we are, right, Brian?
Thank
Like,
you, gentlemen. No, not at all.
No.
No,
Okay.
not comparatively.
Yeah,
I think
no,
we're
I mean,
all. I think
it's-
we're all the same.
Yeah.
Level. I mean, like we're all. Art is what it is, right? Like it's whatever you make it. So it's like we're all very artistic
Sure, but
in our own way. But
well, it's a funny thing too because what we do, there's an art form to it, right?
yeah, that's kind of where I was about to
this-
go.
In the same way that like somebody who lays block or bricks, there is an art form.
An artisan, if you will.
Yeah, an artisan. But the term artist was originally coined. I can't remember who it was, but it was something in order to get tax breaks, because it was something to do with like the creative. Like if you hire creative freelancers,
I think it's pronounced artesian then.
Yeah, something along those lines. But it was something. It was originally we got classified. People working on computers making images got classified as artists, and then it kind of like it gave way to a whole new breed of people doing the craft who sometimes may be fairly insufferable.
Dude, I love the term technical artist. It's like,
yeah, exactly, right? Like,
all right, man, you're not. I get that why it's called that because you're more, I guess, supporting the artist.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's funny when people are artists. Yeah, that's a hard thing for a lot of young people coming in the industry to kind of deal with too. It's like like at the end of the day, you're a sellout and you're getting paid, which is good, right? Like, fuck yeah, let's sell out, let's get paid.
Yeah.
But a lot of people still have that ego of like, well, I think this is better. It's like, well, that's great that you think that, but it doesn't fucking matter what you think right now.
Does not matter. No.
Yeah, I mean, you might have creative input as far as like problem solving, like, hey, if we do this, this is going to happen, or if we do this, these are repercussions for that. That's
Yeah.
That's about it.
I've never once had a client say, here's kind of a little napkin sketch idea that we have, but we're going to just whatever you come up with will be great. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just use that. We'll just lean on you for your expertise.
Yep. Oh, thank you.
That rarely happens, right? Yeah.
I mean, look, it has happened once. Look, one time I had a project in my whole entire 25-year career. I had one project that the guy gave it to me and said he didn't really have high expectations. It was like a little project. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was like, a little motion graphics thing. It was a commercial. It was, a commercial for a community college. But it was like, it is kinetic typography thing. It was when that was big, right? And this, whatever. Wow. But it was like more of a, I did more of the animation level per character kind of thing.
Yep.
Knocked it out, gave it to him. He was like, great, no notes, thanks.
Wow.
And like I wrote him back and went like, ha ha ha. Like no, right. Okay, man, you're fucking with me. Like, what did I do wrong? Like, what are you taking this? You're like, oh, this is crap. I'm just gonna get somebody else to do it. Like, no notes whatsoever on your first look. Like, no notes, final. Like, what on a whole commercial? There's zero chance that's gonna happen.
Right. All right.
Yeah, I've had a couple of version ones, but they're like really simple things. Like,
nice try, Ashton. Where's Ashton?
Right. Yeah. Hey.
Yeah. Sure. I've first round, they ask for a temp and you give them something
but
for
like
a shot.
Whole project, yeah.
But not an entire,
that's great
thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Where they saw no storyboards. He was like, "Hey, I have this idea. This is what it needed to do." Blah 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 blah. And then the first look they had on it was the whole thing done, and he was like, "Yep, final, done."
Yeah.
Spit it out.
It's at that's at 720. You sure you want that at 720p? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's interlaced, perfect.
Perfect interlaced. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
only we could laugh about that, by the way.
Oh God, I remember right when we were switching everything over. When was that? Like 2000. Let's say probably
early 2000s, right?
It was the switchover. I think was 2008 or somewhere right there.
The digital, right?
Yeah, where they had to actually be switched over. Like all the channels couldn't. They had to have the digital. So, but I remember like 2005 and 6. There was just like I was working at a place where I never knew what was coming in. Where it was a digital shot, or whether it was just old school tape. Most of the time it was old school tape. You know, we had just the whole big racks of VTRs, you know, with the controllers upstairs, and I'm in the basement, and, you know, with my little station, having to run in there and change tapes. And oh my God, it was so maddening.
Wow.
All those stupid VTR machines. They were so expensive too. What were they, like 30 grand a piece or something like that? They were so expensive.
Video to what? Or what does that mean? VTR.
The video tape recorder.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
No, you had
Talking about.
acronym for it.
Come on, Brandon.
It's a real stretch there.
You know, Brandon, automatic duck.
You know, the TR4 on the Toshiba, not the Sony model TO306. You fucking idiot.
Yeah, don't act like you never used a TK421 module.
Believe you me, I have.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, fucking.
Oh, that was maddening, man. Queuing up tapes and stuff for an editor was the worst back then. I mean, really, back then, if you were like an editor assistant, you were really the one doing all the damn work.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're getting the footage. Right?
You're loading everything up. Yeah, that's the hardest part. Finding all the damn tapes, keeping it all organized.
Dude, it's crazy.
Pulling them up, getting the damn tapes working, keeping them clean.
They're still doing that shit in Russia.
Yeah, you got to spray them. You got to hit your little football thing. You got to spray everything with. Fuck that little thing.
Oh, I remember that. They had a little brush on the tip too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a head cleaner, right?
Oh God! And you were constantly. We had like 8 of those damn things, and like 2 of them worked. I remember, or whatever. And then you were constantly having to transfer tapes from one to the next. I don't even remember fucking why. Oh, that was why, because you always had your working tapes, right? Like, because you always had your working reels that they were working off of.
Yeah.
And then you had to trade. Oh God, it was like, and you had multiple ones. That was what it was. They would. Linear editing. Linear editing. Ooh. Old school linear editing. If you wanted to have multiple streams in an Inferno, you had to have them all loaded up on different VTRs.
It's brutal, and I don't like it.
No, it makes your face hurt, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It sure does.
Sounds like a miserable fucking job.
Yeah, because you were constantly you didn't know you'd have the wrong tape and the wrong damn one all the time.
Do you know there's one guy out there that just jerks off the tapes, just like he just loves them. You know?
We did have at the one place I worked.
That
We
could
had
be
one of
his
those
dream job.
We had one of those giant silicone graphics servers that looked like the refrigerator, the big purple bastards.
Yeah.
They're really, really cool looking.
Yeah.
But like it was, you know, a boat anchor. And we couldn't even find anybody to come to like take it from us.
You can buy some of those online still. People will collect them.
Oh, yeah, but you got to go. Dude, that thing, I mean, there's no telling how much that thing weighed.
They're huge, man. The SGI machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like have this giant special power thing, like brought in from the city just to run that thing, and like
Yeah, it ran on 220 volts, I think.
But it had like it had some weird power. I don't know.
That's
some
wild.
special like the power unit was like the same size as the damn box.
Yeah. Looking it up.
But it was a really cool server box. I wish I had one of those. They don't make them like that anymore. That'd be cool to have at your house.
You could just gut it, put stuff in it, and tell people to open it up. And be
I'm put a chair in there and just I'll close the door in the front and just sit in there and cry.
yeah,
Smoke my Virginia Slims.
yeah, Virginia Slim 120s. They're the real long
Yeah,
ones.
the ones wanted the super long ones.
My mom used to smoke those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even know if they. I can't imagine what I would like if I saw someone. My aunt used to smoke those. But
real
like,
sass,
there's just
too.
a very
They're
there's a
marketed
very
to women.
specific looking woman that smokes a Virginia Slim 120.
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was that woman too. This fucking jean shirt, jeans.
Was she really skinny?
She was at one point, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she
They're
was always
real
really
thin.
small.
For some reason their hair is always nice and tight. Like it's
Tight
you
or
know,
frezzed up or
Yeah.
Would you say that she was Virginia Slim?
Yeah. That was her name. Her name was Virginia.
Yeah, it was what was her tagline? You go girl or Woman for All or some shit. I forget. But yeah, in the 70s, that was a big thing. Yeah.
Woman for All.
I don't know, something like that.
I thought that was Burn the Bras or something.
Yeah. Get those braziers out of here. I want them
Virginia's-
sloppers to hang
What a
around.
time to be alive. Wouldn't have been a great time to be alive?
Oh, man.
As a male, like, because your whole life, you've never seen someone wander around with nips out. That's just not a thing that happens.
Yeah,
and then
but
all of a
probably a lot
sudden,
of
everyone's
titties
taking
weren't-
their
they
bras
probably
off.
weren't
And
that good titties though, man. I bet they were real sloppy.
I don't care.
I bet they were slop.
There's
buckets,
nothing.
dude.
The titties and sex,
fucking
pizza, they're all the
Sock
same,
full of
right?
nickels just hanging on a nail.
Sock full of pickles.
Nickels, not pickles.
Pickles.
Yeah, just sliced up, just dripping.
Yeah, are we talking gherkins? What are we talking here? Just a sock of gherkins.
The first, maybe I can say what I want.
Oh, that was good.
Just I'm thinking of big fucking dill pickles. Just-
I mean, man, it was
Like
it was
the ones in the jar at the gas station.
Dude, those are so big.
Yeah, the giant ones.
Dude, those
How are they
massive.
so big and so green? The water's so green.
Yeah,
yeah,
let
they
the
put the
in
dye
there.
in it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
And they make you get the spicy ones too.
them forest green cukes.
I worked at McDonald's for like a couple weeks when I was in high school, and like when you would pop open, they had a 5-gallon bucket. They would keep. You had to reconstitute the pickles, right? Like come in like freeze dried, and you put them in a 5-gallon bucket, and you pour water in them, and then you let them sit there overnight in the refrigerator. You open them up the next day, and the water looked like coolant for your car. Like it was neon green.
No
It was
shit.
just such an unnatural color green.
I remember.
Dried freeze pickles. Wow, you know we just got a scoop from the inside at McDonald's.
Well, they do that with
That's one-
all of theirs. Whenever I worked there, then I don't know if they. I'm not trying to besmirch the Donald's now.
I'm calling him right now.
I actually ate there today. So, but like when but that was the way you did like the onions, the pickles, all of the you put them in 5-gallon bucket. That was like with somebody's job is you had to go prep everything. You had to put all the vegetables in 5-gallon buckets and fill them
You
up
ever
with
take
water.
you ever drink some of that pickle juice? No. You ever drink pickle juice?
No, but aren't you supposed
I used
to
to
drink
drink as a
pickle juice
kid
if
a
you need
lot.
to like pass a drug test? Isn't that like one of the things you're
I don't
supposed
know.
to do?
I used to love it as a kid for some reason. I used
Just
to
drinking pickle juice?
Also, to this day, if there's a pickle jar in there, I might take a sip.
I
might just go-
Virginia. That's Virginian.
That's my
Hey, just
that's
drink some
my-
pickle juice. Why don't
nice
you?
pickle juice. You're gonna
Yeah, just
piss,
get you a pickle juice
oh, make you
sandwich.
piss blue,
Make you piss blue.
just like a Smurf. No, I don't know. I heard that rumor about the pickle juice and drug test though. I don't know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I never tried that. I never. pushed the
Never,
limits on
dude. The days of drug tests for us are just over, dude.
that. Well, you lose what's left of our industry. I think the only reason that the people are hanging on is because of drugs.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, man.
Either because they used to use them and don't want to go back there, or because they're currently on them.
Yeah.
The antidepressants. I put those up there right with everything else. I think you can be just as fucked up on antidepressants as you can on cocaine.
Oh, I'm sure too. I mean, I've never had taken, but I guess they make you cloudy, right? And just like you lose track of time and shit. Dude,
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude, that's wild.
Make you disassociate. That's fun.
So what's that like? You just detach yourself from everything?
Well, I don't know. I mean, look, there's everyone has, I think, a certain levels of disassociation because like everything they talk about mental health, oh, it's a bad thing, but like, I've read about that where it's like, it's those moments where like, we've all been there. You're driving down the highway, right, and then you are thinking about something, whatever's going on. You've like a good swath of time, like you've realized 20, 30, 45 minutes have gone by and you have no idea.
It's like missing time syndrome.
Yeah, it's like it just kind of, you know what I mean? Has it ever happened to you? like having that road hypnotism or
Yeah.
or whatever, but almost completely thinking about it for a second and going like, I really don't like. What was I even thinking about just a minute ago? Like, what was that all? Kind of thing. It's those kind of situations.
That's terrifying when that happens when you're driving.
Isn't it?
All of a sudden you're a few hundred miles down the freeway and you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I am deep off into a transit in thought. Like, there's zero chance I'm paying attention to the road.
Yeah.
And then,
But you are, right? It's so weird because you can.
But you are, yeah.
You're there. When I read my kids' books, when I'm putting them to bed, a lot of times I will come out of that trance like towards the end of the book and be like, yeah, there went 10 pages. I was reading it.
I can see it's read to him. He's like, "Are you asleep yet?"
I was miles away, man.
Yeah.
Miles away in my head. I mean, reading little kids' books is pretty easy. But
I should hope so.
I got to the point where I finally don't got to concentrate. I got Dr.
I
Seuss.
memorized part of those.
you
Dr.
got
Seuss licked.
most of them memorized. There's a couple of those Dr. Seuss books that make me angry though. Like, there's like the what's that one? See the things you say or whatever. Like it's trying to make you say tongue twisters.
Yeah.
The entire book.
God, that's
I
like
hate
half,
that one.
That's like half of them, man.
My daughter gives me that one to troll me.
Yeah.
I like the Green Eggs and Ham, man.
Those are all great. Those are fantastic books.
Sure, right. Those are fun. But there's one, like the say what you see or whatever that one is. In the middle of that one, there's something about a beast on the west beach and a beast on the east beach, and like around around that little 5-page area, I'm just like, you doctor.
Oh God, I hate that book so much.
Son of a bitch. And the kids love it. They bring it out. They're like, dude, read it as fast as you can again.
Do it again. It's not like a
because it's actually long. It's like one of the longer ones.
Yeah.
Or like what's that other one? The Thidwick the Moose or whatever. That one pisses me off too. Because it's like it's actually kind of like
deep cuts from Dr. Seuss. You guys know your Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Hey, don't get me. Look, I've read lots of Dr. Seuss, buddy.
It's the little kids, man.
Okay.
But you got to get good books for you too. Like, hey, I'll go over some good book series. I like.
I'm childless.
We got the dragons are the worst and elves are the worst. Those are good. The Dragons of Tacos series. Those are really good. You should
reading the Silmarillion to your children. If you're trying to read that. That shit is like, what's going on? Like, what the fuck did I just read?
We're working our way towards the Dark Tower, the Gunslinger, stuff where really
we're leaning towards that more now.
Stuff that makes no sense. I remember being in like 7th grade and reading like the Dark Tower and being like, what the fuck is going on in this book? I remember going back and like reading, like skipping back 3 chapters. Like, did I miss something? What is happening? And I remember getting to the end of that book and being like, I have no idea what I just read. There's a whole bunch of
dissociated.
Weird, like the guy, like what was his name? Roland was the main character, and he was like, he gets sucked through some sort of time warp, wake up on a beach, and there's a giant crab chasing him around, and then he's like, it was like a fever. Just the whole thing, the whole entire book was like a fever dream, and there was some guy chasing him or whatever. It was just like, my God, man, this is like. This
is Zach's book review.
I can't watch a bad movie. I don't know how people make it through reading bad books.
Yeah.
How do you just push through?
Yeah, it'll turn you off to reading. That's for sure. Took me years before I figured out I was just reading stereo instructions. Books are
Eureka.
Input 2 on bank 3. I don't fucking understand.
Yeah. LeVar Burton is really fucked up dude, man.
It's just those glasses, man. Those glasses are hard to see through.
Not a single one of these books has taken me on any sort of magical adventure other than to the bathroom.
That's where I do my best reading. That's why I call my bathroom my library.
Yeah. That's the spot.
There's zero chance you were able to come up with that fast without
already
having
had
some
it.
kind of
already had it,
future skills.
No, I already had it in the bank. Yeah, I used it once before.
You have some kind of fortune telling capabilities you want to talk to us about? Is that why we're
Hey, I learned from
hiding
Josh,
in
the producer.
obscurity
He's out in
today?
the field right now. He's trying to court peace among the Hopi and the Navajo.
Yeah, he's a mescaline farmer.
A mescaline farmer. He just gets bull semen. He just goes around jerking off bulls. Bring in Josh.
I thought he said he gives bulls semen.
He pulls that.
That's
off his
much
glove.
harder
It's just-
than getting it from them.
his hands just fucking almost just in a claw shape, and it's just like I
don't know
it's
how
all blistered and calloused up, and he barely has to move his hand into place to get the horse. Yeah, and they're just like, yeah, look at that man work. Look at that man work.
Weird to pump your bull full of
Yes.
semen.
No, he's milking.
That's what I'm saying, though. I thought that you said the other way,
No,
which would be much more difficult.
yeah. Why would you do that to a bull? Come on, man.
They asked where all the cowboys have gone. Well, there
Hey,
you-
look, if
there
anybody
you
could pull off that career, it's Stevens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know about fucking the bull, but maybe milking the bulls.
Well,
Like
he would have
remember
some kind
Kingpin,
of.
he did that?
Are you kidding me? The man would have some form of apparatus.
you're probably right.
Yeah, he's like, I don't need no fake horse vagina. I got this thing right here. This thing emulates it perfectly.
Oh my god, dude. Well, yeah.
I attach it to my boot and I just put my leg out there.
A stud fee ain't nothing to joke about.
No, man, that's a lot of money.
They make 10, dude. I mean, sometimes you just got to get in there, get your hands dirty. Mike
Those
Rowe,
guys make no mistake when they show the Kentucky Derby and they show that rich white man or whatever at the end that owns that horse and he's jumping up and down for joy. He ain't jumping up and down for the money he just won at that. He's jumping up and down for the stud fees he's about to get for that horse.
Yeah, totally. Oh man, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big cash. I don't know if I could do it myself though, man. I don't know. Just like
You get milked or are you milking them?
Yeah, what do you mean? You being the milker, the milky?
being the person that has to catch it. I mean, that's a dangerous job. Those horses,
The catcher?
you show those horses a picture.
Hey, you know what? Get Mike Rowe there. Get him.
I don't think it's a
dirty
one-person job either. I would imagine it takes multiple.
no,
it's like a
it's-
team of people. You got
Man,
the cum team.
it's gnarly. It's gnarly. I've been present for it once or twice, and it's not my proudest
Wait, what?
pound off, but
What?
I'm joking. No, I've been there. I've
Found
been there
some,
with
found some dark
well,
places on the internet.
I mean,
No,
I
I've
didn't
been-
know, man. I mean, maybe
There was-
Minnesota.
I was in a punk band for a while when I was younger, and our drummer, his parents bred horses. And,
I bet they did.
Yeah, and we were all just there practicing at his house one day, and he's like, he kind of just wanted to avoid it because we would tease him all the time. He
You
made the mistake-
practicing music
he
or
made the-
breeding the horses?
Well, both of the same things happened at the residence on the same day. One day,
Nice.
one very fateful day. And so like he made the mistake of telling all of us that his parents would get $10,000 a pop for every time their horse would get bred, right? And so this is a bag of horse cum for $10,000, right? And so we were all
You're like, we can sell it for like
We would-
$4.
we
Like
would
what
always
the
do
Canadians
the,
drink that milk out of bags.
we would always shake our hand and chant $10,000 at him anytime we just wanted to mess with him. But that day, he tried to hide it from us, but it slipped out that it was happening, and so we all went and like hung out around the edge of the barn and saw what went down. And it was one of those things.
Gnarly.
It was one of the earliest times in my life I can remember. I was a young teenager. It was one of the earliest times in my life I can remember being like excited to see something and then immediately regretting it.
Immediately regret it. Yeah.
Like they brought, they had different stalls, and they brought they had the filly in one, and then or the mare, whatever you call it, the female horse, and then they brought the stallion in. And as soon as the stallion, like it came like prancing like sideways, like yeah, like he was just ready to go.
Doing this.
Yeah, right.
From his chest.
and everybody, I remember like like you could feel the electricity in the air. Like all the adults were like, just keep like lead him to the like, because they had like a big like sawhorse looking type thing, right? Where it was like he can't get close to the other horse, but we want him to get like fool him into it, you know? And that horse was ready to just, it could have busted through a brick wall at that point. Like it was just
Everybody look out.
I was
no.
I
was like,
everyone's
like,
just
where's
blazed.
Doink?
I was like 30 yards. I was like,
Get your bucket, Doink.
I was like 30 yards away from the thing, and I was like, I feel like I'm too close to that horse right now. Like this is terrifying, right? Like, you know,
When
like
does it stop?
two people with the bridle, and the horse was just like,
Just like Tom Arnold on coke.
Exactly. And then they get it up, and it's like over. It's over in a flash, right? Like they get it up there, and there's like some guy like inching up, like he's got to like sneak in, and he's got like the cheerleader megaphone, you know.
Get.
Gets it in there and catches it all. They're like, "Don't waste." I remember laughing so hard when I processed everything because the guy's dad, my friend's dad, was like, "Don't waste a drop of that." Said to him. Oh yeah, wow. So,
Oh god,
yeah,
that's
forgive me. I
hilarious.
don't have it in me to tell the story the way I normally would on this podcast. Or something.
Oh yeah, we've kept it vanilla for the VFX podcast.
Yeah.
About how to breed
go
your
ahead and do a
stallion.
sim of that. You know, so you can do a sim of that
Learn how to
horse.
breed your stallion.
Right, boy, that was
Here
a.
Deep
Like I said, that was and I spent enough time on a farm as a kid, doing farm kid stuff. But and off he goes.
It's like another story, man.
But something like that just was. I don't know that you're ever really ready for it. It just kind of happens, and you process it as you go.
Yeah. It's something, man. Farm
But if
life,
you don't grow
farm
up on a farm and you're never exposed to it, you got no idea what happens. Like what's normal.
Yeah, I
know?
work for farmers, but it wasn't,
I grew up in the burbs. I wasn't on a farm.
Yeah, we were like 7 years old. Went out to somebody's farm and they were cropping pigtails because the little baby pigs are born. And then if you don't trim their tails, they'll bite each other and get infections. And they do it when they're tiny. And the guy handed me a little baby pig, and handed me a Snippers, and was just like, "Do them all." And I was like, "Do what? What do you mean?" And he picked one up, showed me, clipped the tail off. He goes, "Do it to all of them." That was a lot of learning.
Wow.
Very quick that day.
Thrown to the little pig.
Your innocence was lost, and I'm sorry for that.
I still eat bacon.
I try not to eat too much pork. I like pigs. I don't know. Pigs are cool.
Yeah, they're smart.
Yeah,
Smart.
my buddy worked at the dental school at University of Washington, and they would practice on pigs, put braces on pigs and stuff. Yeah, because their teeth are so close to ours, almost exact.
Huh.
Yeah.
Pig with braces. That'd be so charming.
Yeah, they put braces on pigs. They call it the pig lab.
The pig lab.
They just be old fucking pigs. Yeah,
Bunch of nerdy pigs.
they take them off and
They give them a retainer.
yeah.
Bunch of nerds. It's good
Working
life
on
with the
poor
nerdy
pigs.
pigs.
You ever see a pig with headgear?
You ever seen a horse with fringe?
With what? Fringe?
Fringe? Go ahead, look it up. Put it in Google. Horse with fringe. Is that dirty? It's really funny looking.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm scared.
Those guys look like nerds, dorks.
Oh, with a bowl cut. It's freaking looks like the guy that ran for Malibu mayor a few years back.
Wow.
The illusion.
It looks like
Dude, a sick
if
bowl cut.
He's got bangs,
uh,
basically.
Will Ferrell were playing a horse, he would wear that hair.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's Jeff Daniels from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
I like this one where somebody also put like human eyes on the horse.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's Mr. Horse from Ren and Stimpy right there.
Yeah.
No, sir. I didn't
I
like
don't
it.
like it.
Oh, Mr. Horse. Yeah. I'm actually not. I'm not a fan of horses personally.
I don't like them, man. I dated a girl that had horses, and
Horse
like
girls are weird.
she'd get mad at me because when she'd go to the stables or whatever, she said I made the horses nervous and wouldn't let me go in there because I'm like, they make me nervous.
Yeah.
She's like, no, you're making them nervous. That's why they're all stomping around and making a bunch of noise. I'm like, well, that's what's making me nervous.
She just walked there with the arms out, going, "I am your new king."
Yeah, right.
She would have freaked out.
Oh, well, I pulled my pants down. I thought it was like a manhood thing. I thought I was trying to show him my manhood, but they didn't.
When I was a little kid, barely old enough to remember, I do remember we went to somebody's farm to go for a horseback ride somewhere, and I was probably small enough to where I should have been riding with an adult, but they put me on this horse like by myself.
Of course.
And I remember
80s parenting.
I don't want to be on this horse. I'm not comfortable right now. I don't like this. I remember being like that. And then the horse, I remember it reaching around and grabbing my foot. Like I had cowboy boots on. And I remember because they didn't fit me right. And it grabbed one of the boots and took me off of it and threw me on the ground.
Oh.
And I just ran back to the car.
Yeah,
I was
like
like,
that's
no,
it.
I'm not. None of this for me. I don't want this.
That's good.
I told
I got
you I
thrown
didn't
off a
want
horse once too. That shit's it's traumatic.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want this. The horse doesn't want it either, it seems like. And I'm done here today.
Yeah, no means no.
Yeah. No way.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
the horse I rolled off and it almost stepped on my head.
Whoa.
But it was nice. It knew I was under it, so it lifted its leg up.
Dang.
Yeah, it was
Jesus.
pretty crazy. Yeah, I almost died. That's a guy.
Oh.
I was like, I don't want to ride this horse anymore.
Damn that horse.
Yeah.
Hate horses, love pigs. We're learning so much.
Dogs,
Dogs. I like a dog.
and cats,
Really?
Dogs and cats? You got dogs and cats running around your house?
iguanas, and tarantulas, and snakes. Oh,
Birds.
oh Jesus, bird shit everywhere.
Man. That's one thing. Little kids when they're learning how to eat. Like while that's all going on, like you clean it up all you want, but the area where little kids learn how to eat and it just looks
stays dirty.
Gets destroyed.
It
like
looks-
somehow the table gets destroyed. The
Yeah.
chair, the floor around the area,
Yeah.
the hardwoods gets destroyed.
it looks like a bird cage. It looks like the bottom of a bird cage.
It does.
And eating is like the front row of a Gallagher show every
Yeah.
every single time.
It's like one of those streamers, the streamers that eat all the time.
Yeah.
Mukbang.
The mukbang. Well, it makes me, all that makes me wonder, like, it goes on for quite a while. You know what I mean? Like it's not something like, oh, 3 years old and they're ready to fend for themselves. Like, how in the hell did humans make it as far as we have? Like from a primitive, you know what I mean? Like, it's just got to be a numbers game. Like at some point, like humans must have been able to get pregnant at like 4 years old and just populate into numbers.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean the people when they were breeding age back then, they were just that was it.
Yeah, like it's crazy to me, man. How did we make it? How did we do it?
I don't know.
With our alien DNA that was transcoded by us by the Anunnaki. You idiot.
Why didn't I think of that?
I love that theory about the Anunnaki that transcoded our. There's a message in our DNA on ancient aliens.
Yeah, that's proven wrong.
Oh my God, I watched the Scientology episode of South Park last night when I was in bed.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's such a classic, dude.
It is so funny. And I love the part where like they actually explain to Stan, I think it's Stan, like what Scientology is, and they keep putting the disclaimer at the bottom. This is actually what Scientologists believe, or whatever, something like that. It's so hilarious.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that just? I don't know, man. It's wild.
They said that the episode did more damage to Scientology than anything ever. Apparently.
That's crazy. Of all the documentaries and everything else, I think didn't they
'Cause
sue
they
the shit out
exposed-
of them? Didn't they sue the shit out of South Park?
They tried.
I think they lost, but like they sued the hell out of them.
Yeah. Well, the crazy thing is that you think about that, like you just said it out loud, But like the most damaging thing ever done to Scientology was for people to understand what they believe.
Yeah. It's
Like-
so crazy, right? Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And they got their man. If anybody out there in California is listening, take a drive by their headquarters in Hemet just to see it.
Gold bait.
I've seen it several times, and it's well, I mean, I know you guys have too, but just it's always one of those things where you can't not look at it when you pass by. You got to look and see what's happening, and there's never anything happening.
What are you snacking on?
You got gummy bears?
No,
Must have dark chocolate with lavender.
We've talked to you
note.
about eating gummy bears on when we're live.
no, it's a Kinder. What was it? Kinder Gender.
Kinder Gender.
What was it called? Bubba? Okay. Don't know. My wife just gave me some
It's
chocolatey
a
wafers.
a Kinder Gender is just chocolate in an ambiguous shape.
She's like, nothing will kill Zach. She keeps trying to poison you.
It's just like a plop of chocolate. It's just an ambiguous shape.
It's like, here,
Just like, like you put on some wax paper to let it cool down.
here you go. Eat this. No, don't chew it. Don't chew it. Just swallow it.
Just trust me.
You're gonna
Swallow
trip.
it.
It
No
may
tears.
smell
No
or
tears.
wiggle, but just eat it.
No tears. Only sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Dude,
Call it
Reese's.
earlier.
I will say the one thing I had last night that was fantastic is a new Reese's product, Reese's Animal Cookies.
Oh, yeah. Those are pretty good.
Oh,
Good night, sweet prince.
so good.
Yeah. I have some in the fridge. I like them cold.
I have a deep love for frosted animal cookies.
Really?
Yeah, frosted animal cookies are so good.
Dude,
But those were pretty good too. Those were pretty damn good.
Those Reese's ones are flat out evil, man. We had a bag of those in our house, and I burned some sage after they were gone. Like
There's not enough in that bag to
they
share.
were so good. They were
I got the
so
one at
good. And I,
Sam's Club. It's like this big.
Oh, nice.
I couldn't control myself. I felt like I was hanging out with Brandon again, trying to out eat him,
That's right.
trying to show off. And
Like it's a competition over the bag of Lay's.
I'm not full, Brandon. You full? And he's just sweating. Take another bite.
I keep gagging. I'm like about to puke.
Just trying to
Anymore.
out
You
eat
just take
each
it.
other.
Y'all go into a Brazilian steakhouse, just daring each other to turn your little thing over.
Nothing but green all the way around.
Whoever turns to red. Oh, that would be a good challenge if you and your buddy would go out and whoever turns it to red first pays.
Man, there's no good. There is. We got a Fogo de Chão here, but Fogo de Chão, however you say it. We got one of those here, but I don't know that we have any other like good Brazilian steakhouses here.
I don't think I've ever eaten in a bad Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah,
I'm
Fogo's
honest. Like
pretty good.
usually,
I'm saying, but
I
don't
think there's so much overhead with opening up a Brazilian steakhouse that
Yeah.
it better damn well be good.
right. Well, they get you with the salad bar, right?
I've also never been to like a small town Brazilian steakhouse.
Man, the one that I used to love was in Culver City. There,
The Pampas.
yeah, Pampas Grill, Pampas
Ooh.
Grill, whatever.
Brandon, I bet you got
So
some
good.
fire Brazilian steakhouses there in Vegas.
Yeah, there's some pretty good ones. We went to. There's one. Like I can't remember. There's one called Texas de Brazil, and then there's another one we went to. I can't remember. Might be Brazil something. I don't remember. But dude, yeah, it's good.
What about the steakhouses? So when you go, I'm sure when you go to a steakhouse in Brazil, it's just a steakhouse, right? It's not a.
It's just like
Brazilian
it's yeah. It's just like they call it churrasco.
But do they really do the same thing with the like do they flip a little
Yeah.
thing and just bring
Yeah.
you unlimited meats at just any steakhouse in Brazil?
Yeah, the one that like in the one in Culver City, those are called kilos. So you can go in and like kind of self serve, and then you kind of have to go through a line. You pay you the weight. That's a kilo. I guess
okay.
it's called kilo. But yeah, and those are good too, though. I mean, dude, food down there is pretty bomb.
Oh yeah.
I imagine.
Not half of the preservatives and stuff that we put in it. Here.
Yeah, dude, the meat tastes completely different down there.
Yep.
But it's so good.
You know that's
Oh, it's
one
so
thing.
good,
That's
dude.
one thing we talked
They
about
just grill
McDonald's.
everything too.
We talked
Oh.
about McDonald's before on the
Mhm.
other maybe one or two episodes ago, and that's actually one thing that's on my bucket list is I want to go to a McDonald's in Brazil. to see how different it is.
Oh, see, there's the
Yeah.
burger.
Because that's
is.
where all the
They're
beef.
pretty
That's
good.
where all the beef. That's where all the beef comes from. But it doesn't have to have all the preservatives that they put in it here in the States. And I'm curious to see how one of those burgers tastes there, where it's locally sourced, essentially. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's the same. Maybe it's the same thing.
If they actually get their meat from like Minnesota.
Maybe. Well, I had McDonald's in Samoa when I lived in Samoa. We would jokingly call it the American Embassy, and it was awful. It was like the worst. McDonald's. It was the worst McDonald's I've ever had in my life.
Oh,
But
nothing worse than bad McDonald's.
But in a place where all that there was to eat was rotten coconuts. I'm kidding.
In our age, it's getting to a point like if I'm eating McDonald's, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm hungry.
Like,
That's the reason. Okay.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry, or there's a reason that like I'm at an airport or traveling, or it's something fast, and I just like there was.
Yeah.
There's never a like, hey, what's for dinner tonight? I don't know. Let's pack up the car and go eat at McDonald's. Like that doesn't ever cross my mind.
That would
So
happen with like KFC when they had buffet. Remember that?
You like their bowls. You like their KFC bowls.
Oh yeah, I just had one the other day.
You love everything in a bowl.
I'm like a child. Mush it all together.
Just put everything in a bowl, eat it.
Careless child.
Oh my god, the KFC bowls are one of the crazy, like, just signature fat people food. Like, I'm a fat guy, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and like besmirch anybody, but like, there's just so you can just look at it and just go like, you know what? Yeah, fuck it, I'll take one of those.
just fat kid treats.
Yeah, mashed potatoes, macaroni and cheese, chicken, gravy.
Well, the ones nowadays have corn, gravy, mashed potatoes, and the chicken. They used to have cheese on them too.
They don't put cheese on them anymore.
The one I got yesterday, actually. I got one.
See, I told you, I knew you liked the bowls.
Who doesn't, dude? I got a box of 6 biscuits to go with it. I was like, I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, gotta have a box of biscuits.
Yeah.
Look, their new chicken sandwich is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I don't mind it at all.
That's pretty good.
Can't compare it to Chick-fil-A though. It's not the same. It's not
Yeah.
apples to apples.
No. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is its own thing.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's it's interesting because they brine their chicken, right, with the pickle juice or something. Yeah. You gotta taste it too. And you know it.
But nothing worse than getting a pickle. I don't want a pickle on
it.
Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
sandwich.
You can't just take it off
Because it gives the pickle bread. Nothing worse than pickle bread.
Pickle bread is the worst.
Pickle, yeah. I hate their album.
That could be a band name.
Pickle bread.
Yeah. Oh, that's what. Yeah. Pickle. Oh, Pickleback. Nickelback.
Pickleback.
Picklebacks ain't half bad, actually.
Yeah, those are good. Dude, that's surprisingly
The
good,
Nickelback
right?
cover band. Pickleback.
Pickleback. They'll sneak up on you.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see Pickleback this weekend. Nickelback? No.
We're a tribute
Pickleback.
1-to-1.
It's a bunch of 70-year-old retiree pickleball players.
It's
I love
a-
Nickelback.
It's an AC/DC tribute.
They cover Nickelback songs.
It's an ABBA tribute band.
Yeah.
They just sing "Look at this picture" over and over and over again.
Photograph.
Oh yeah, look at this photograph.
Look at this
Or
graph.
never take it as a wise man. Never made it as a poor man stealing.
Oh yeah. Get it. Oh, okay. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Nickelback is one of the
You remind
most
me.
successfully hated bands in the world, I think.
Yeah.
I don't get, like, I'm not a fan, but I don't get why
Right.
people hate him as
I don't
bad.
The same people love and like hate Train or like love Train that like Nickelback, I think.
Love Train.
Train
Yeah.
like Tears of Jupiter.
Isn't that the?
Tears
isn't
of Jupiter. Or some shit.
that- I can't name the song, but it's like, is it Train? Is that the name of it?
I don't
Maybe I'm wrong with the name of the band.
Train?
Okay,
What a,
but
what a
your response
weird
is
reference,
not
by the way.
Train.
Nora Jones?
What the hell's the name of the band?
Guys, I'm completely lost. I didn't even know we've entered into a territory where I'm just not even sure what we're talking about anymore.
And the only thing that comes up with Train, first thing that comes up is Thomas.
Did you put?
No, here we go.
Did you
Train, the
literally
band.
just Google Train?
Yeah,
Put
no, it's
Train
like,
the
it's
band.
just past Thomas. Here's the band, Train, American pop band. Yeah, from 1993. From 1993, they're terrible. They're horrible. They've been around forever, and they've had like tons of albums, and they're absolutely garbage.
Yeah, Train. There's a guy on YouTube I watch, and he hates Train, and he dissects their songs.
That's his whole channel.
I hate Train. I hate Train. It's like from Anchorman where he's just like,
I hate Train.
I love Lamp, but I hate Train.
Here's why.
I hate Train.
He calls it a stinker. He calls them like the song says, "We got another stinker."
Just the whole
I think his name's Pat
the whole-
McConney or Connell or something like that.
I love Lamp. I hate Train.
Hate Train.
back for another episode. I hate Train.
What they do today? Well, you'll never guess.
We got exclusive footage of the lead singer being our little shithead just walking down the street again. This man lives free air and he lives a free life. He must be stopped.
Wow.
Oh yeah, here's that. Oh god, now that's gonna be my earwig. I was trying to remember. I was like, what the fuck song is their big song? And it's "Hey Soul Sister."
Hey, so sister. God, what a shitty song.
It's so bad.
What?
There's so many like just
You know,
us
someone
singing
got
that.
married. You know, someone got married to that song too.
Oh, 100%.
All right, I bet you 2 crazy lesbians got married to that song. I bet there's a couple lesbians that love Train. That's how they met.
You go to the
Lilith
concert,
Fair
it
or
just
some shit.
it looks like a used car sales lot, right? Like with those big, so many like arm sways in the air and front butt jeans, bongo jeans.
60-something men who just got divorced. This is their last fucking big hoorah before they go out. You got these older women who just, you know, I don't know, just like someone that lives in Malibu, you know, 60-somethings.
You're gonna make me cry.
You miss your crowd? Is this your tribe that we're talking about?
You're just gonna make me cry. That's all.
He's like, I'm a fan, president of Train as well.
Well, I'm saying Brendan is painting a beautiful picture in my mind. I'm gonna cry probably.
See, Brandon, you are the artist of us.
Mm-hmm.
You're the mental artist. You get inside
I'm
our
a
minds
mental.
and paint your little pretty pictures with your words.
There's cement walls around you. You can't breathe.
No, just like,
So there I was. Worst truck accident I ever
Jezebel
seen.
juice
Oh man,
on my rectum.
44 years ago on a night just like tonight.
Just like tonight.
Man, what was it was Beetlejuice is what they're re-releasing from Tim Burton. Sorry. I was about to say they remade Pee Wee Herman, and then I was like, no, that's a stupid thing to say. That didn't happen. I haven't
seen the new Beetlejuice. I want to watch it.
Is it out? I don't know if it's out.
It seems like it would probably be out by now, huh?
Maybe.
What is it? Beetlejuice?
Yeah. Something along those lines.
that makes sense to call it that.
It is
Typical, right?
not streaming yet. Well, I'm sure that's coming soon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's gonna be
I'm
interesting to
I'm
watch. So,
sure.
like, the whole cast is back.
When did
right,
it come
pretty much.
out?
So for
Yeah. How crazy is that the whole cast is like,
for most of them.
Oh, it's not out yet.
okay, that explains that.
It comes out September 6th. I thought it had already come out. Well, I might go to the theater and see that. I remember seeing the original one in the theater with my pop.
Ain't that something?
We'll have to see how Mr. Keaton does, huh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
there's-
I mean, nobody else can play Beetlejuice. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are correct about that.
There's certain people that, I mean, I don't know. Like, you know what's so funny to me? If I think back on like Michael Keaton's career, and from my perspective, his most iconic character was the fourth version of him in Multiplicity.
The slow one.
Yeah. Hi, Steve. The one with the
Yeah.
boot on his head. Yeah.
I'm gonna eat a dolphin. I remember that.
It was so
I remember that one. That was really good. Really good, man.
It was so good. And that was, hey, look, we'll bring around to visual effects. What a good movie. They did a really fantastic. I mean, I don't, maybe if we went back and looked at it now, we probably could see everything, you know, but
Maybe, yeah. But no, back then it was really
back
good.
then I remember it being seamless. I remember it being really well done. I mean,
yeah.
you know, like they had to have just had a massive amount of planning to get all the split screens done just right back then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. No, there was a lot of crazy, crazy stuff going on, and that was pre Kung Pao, right?
Yeah.
Which is still just a powerhouse VFX. Toured to swear words. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I can't imagine like what went down making that to work on such terrible footage to begin with, or just not terrible, just old, right? Like it had to be digitized, and then everything, like all the to match the artifacts.
Oh God.
And I saw it. I saw it on
The
TV.
edges.
I saw-
Edges. Can you imagine having to key with that stuff?
Oh my gosh, I can't. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about that film, and this is the highest level of praise that I think I could ever give any VFX work ever. I saw it on TV, playing on TV like a couple of months ago, and I sat and watched it for a minute, and I thought, holy crap, the black levels on this blend in on TV.
Yeah.
Like 20 years-ish later.
Yeah.
Wow. That you can't say that for Jurassic Park.
Uh-uh.
Holy shit, man. That's wild. Like that's something.
Yeah, there was some high level compositing going on in it.
Yeah,
I'm
even
wondering
like
if
Forrest
they-
Gump too. Forrest Gump had some crazy shit.
That is
Yeah.
true.
The CG ping pong ball, his legs were missing.
Yeah.
You had the archival footage that he was in. A couple of the shots were a little.
Well, the legs missing thing was like some groundbreaking visual effects at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was paint work and
So much. Could you imagine how hard that was back then to do?
Dude, I'm sure they had some sort of tracking, but
They had to
probably
clean
pretty
plate it, just get it just right, make sure keep everybody 10 feet away from the fucking sticks.
I wonder, right, exactly. Well, and just let me think about like color changes, shadows, like, like time, like you got to take something from this take and take something from that take and patch up the background.
Oh, dude, I don't know.
like
Did I talk about the
power off.
shot? Did I talk about the shot on here? Or did I talk about it after hours? About that I'm currently working on, where they did the takes a little bit later in the day, where like,
Oh, you did, yeah, you did.
and all they finally omitted the shot because they realized it's just going to be like, it was a nightmare because of the characters passing through. It's hardwood floors, and so you had the lights coming in through the front of the house, and all the hard light is shining on the floors, and it was a real house. It wasn't on set, right? Like, so an hour and a half later, all those shadows have moved just a little bit, but then now you have all these dogs running through them that you're supposed to get all the contact point. Oh God, it was just, and then them coming in and out of the bright spots of the lights on the floor were just like, completely killing. They're black dogs, right? Like, so it was just completely killing all the edges back and forth. Oh, it was, thank God. It was one of my happiest days they omitted it.
That sounds nightmarish.
It
Jesus
was like, because
Christ,
at
it
first it
sounds
was, and the
impossible.
camera was just off just enough, right? Like, it was just enough off too. It wasn't just that. It was just that the camera had been moved over to the right just a little bit. So like, it was just off on perspective enough that, I don't know.
God
It
damn,
sucked.
dude.
I was not
Dude,
happy
that's
about that one.
insane.
That's a really crazy shot. Yeah.
Well, which I can understand looking at it going, oh, well, this shouldn't be too bad. You can pause it
exactly. Yeah. You just don't know the work behind it.
But like actually getting it to pull it off is like, holy crap.
Especially when you're given that
stuff. Film quality. And it wasn't about like it was nicely shot and everything else. But it's funny how like, everybody gets mad at I talk about it too. People get so mad about like the shots they get sometimes and how like the people on set are so stupid and blah, 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 blah. Look, there's so many politics and crap on set that happens that sometimes that's just what you get. Right? But like, I don't understand why people get upset about it. Like the more they fuck up on set, the better. I mean, I'm going to continue to have a job.
Yeah.
Like AI can't fix fuck ups on sets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep the, while all this AI craze is going on.
Have AI do that shot. Have AI do that shot and see what happens.
Do it all. Have AI do it on a volume stage, please. Do it. I mean, yeah. Just we'll have AI do the roto on the back end and game over, man.
Look, I want to be able to type in and get any kind of movie or content that I want, and if that's the case and that's what takes my job, that's fine because I'm going to sit at home and watch lots of porn.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be
weird, crazy.
Oh God, just the prompting is gonna be off the.
Same thing as last time, but this time do it with Bill O'Reilly.
Less verbose.
Yeah. In fact, don't have him talk at all.
I want to see Bill O'Reilly.
Get rid of their mouths. Make no mouth holes.
Oh, weird. Yeah, do it live.
Do it now.
I want 4 people having sex. But I want no one to have holes.
I'll tell you what, man. The first like movie that I'm going to watch is Bill O'Reilly fighting Winnebago Man.
Oh, nice.
Winnebago Man. God, what a great individual.
Man, wow. What a wild, just bananas film that is too. Like at the end when they find him up in Alaska and he's just like pulls the gun on him.
Yeah.
Like maybe this guy could be our friend, Nope.
No.
When somebody, I mean, it just goes to prove what I've said all along is that if somebody disappears up to the woods in Alaska, you leave them be.
Yeah.
If somebody moves to a place in Alaska and they invite you to come stay with them,
it's a trap.
Depends on how long they've been in Alaska.
It's a trap.
It could be, maybe not. Like
eat your flesh.
If they're a year or so in, sure. Beyond that, be prepared. It's probably going to be a weird trip, at best.
You're going to skin a moose.
Yeah, or be skinned. If you're 5 years in, get ready. You're about to live out the scene from Jumanji where they get Robin Williams out of the game. Like that's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is it's going to be like the scene in Terminator where where Kyle Reese comes back from the future and the guy's like, "That son of a bitch took my pants." Like,
Yeah.
That's your other end of the spectrum. Anyway.
You know what? Speaking of Jumanji, the newer Jumanjis, actually, I don't hate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's one of the few remakes where they've remade the original, and made it modern. That don't piss me off. I think they did actually a good job of making it modern.
All right.
I've never seen them.
You haven't?
No, I need to watch them.
It's got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in it.
Oh, I know. Not really a fan of The Rock that much.
No?
He's just The Rock in everything.
No, sometimes he's just Dwayne Johnson.
Or, you know what I mean? He's just that.
He is definitely a one rock pony.
Yeah, sure is.
It doesn't. Well, I do like that. Well, it has Jack Black is playing. So their characters are in a game, right? Uh-huh. And so they're not really those people in real life.
Yeah.
And so Jack Black is actually played by a girl.
Right.
And so Jack Black has to act like this, prissy little teenage girl, which is pretty funny, actually.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, not as good as Tropic Thunder. He had a much better.
Yeah, Chocolate Thunder.
Dude.
I need my medicine, or what? I need my. What does he want? Is
Jelly beans.
my jelly beans? My jelly beans.
Dude. Unbelievable. Such a knockdown, drag out, amazing performance.
Ensemble performance. Everyone's performance on that was fantastic.
Damn it, Bryan is the bomb, dude. The Demolitions guy.
Yeah.
Oh God. But the whole film, I watch it I find myself watching it like every 6 weeks or so. One of those, I always have the TV on when I go to bed or something. So sometimes late night I'll just turn that on and watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. What's the booty sweat?
Booty sweat.
Yeah.
The fake commercials at the beginning of it. So
yeah,
good.
the trailers.
So funny. That's right. I forgot that they did that. That's awesome.
Yeah, they do like what was it? Yeah, they do movie trailers, but then they do the one guy that does his booty sweat thing. That shit makes me laugh every time. What did I watch? I watched 2 days ago. I watched Office Space 2. God, it's such a fucking good movie.
I've seen
That
Office
movie's
Space forever.
fantastic.
Yeah, we bought it on Amazon just so that we put it on every once in a while. We're like cleaning the house or something like that, and just have something on in the background with Office Space, and it's just the soundtrack's so good on it too. You forget how good the soundtrack is on it.
Yeah.
Fucking Lumberg.
Was that Office Space?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What?
it was. Why? Okay, never mind. I'm getting
Bobs.
that. Yeah, I'm getting Office Space mixed up with a movie called Waiting. Because she works.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a weird.
That's
my mind-
Ryan Reynolds, right?
Waiting
mine-
is
yeah.
the Batwing. You gotta get the Batwing.
Yes, yeah. Because they're working like the shenanigans place in Waiting,
Uh-huh.
but it's like a TGI Fridays in Office Space, and I was just getting
Waiting was good. Yeah, it had the girl with the big hairy bush.
that was hilarious.
Just had like a cigarette butt sticking in it or something.
Yeah, she like picks it out of the pubes and throws it at him.
I haven't seen
remember-
Waiting either. Shit.
I remember seeing that and just being like, my wife was still my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, dang, I just fell in love with this woman on the big screen here, and I got to figure out how to balance all this out.
That shit's funny. Look at it. Look at it.
Yeah.
She's like,
It was pretty crazy. That was pretty wild. It's funny. It's a funny movie, man. Luis Guzman, Andy Milonakis was in that movie.
Oh,
he is.
Did you remember that he was trying to launch his rap?
He played the
career.
bus boy or something, didn't he?
Yeah. He was trying to launch his rap career around that time, and the end credits scene has him and the other guy rapping, and it is just it's outrageous, and it's so good. Like it's at the level of like Tom Green rapping, or like just something. If Trey Parker and Matt Stone got together and made a rap, that's probably somewhere in that echelon.
Oh, and what's his name was the manager.
Champ. That's
Champ.
David Kushner.
Yeah, David. Oh God.
Oh yeah, David
Kirshner.
Yeah, he was trying to hit on. Kept hitting on the hostess.
Why don't we hang out?
Yeah.
Shadow work. We're so alike.
It's such a good movie.
Incredible, man.
Another on the cast. Yeah, it's got a really great cast. Yeah, you should watch that one too, Brandon. That's a good one.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll
you haven't seen it, Brandon?
Mm-mm. No. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is young in that one. He's like 20 years old or something.
Yeah.
That may be one of his first movies.
He was in the Outer Limits.
Was he?
In the 90s as
Oh,
a
okay.
kid. And I remember watching it. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Because I watched it recently, actually. I was like, oh, that's Ryan Reynolds as a kid.
Huh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm guessing his
I didn't know Ryan Reynolds was a child actor.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was ever a child.
He was a man child now. Dude's making some money though. God Almighty!
And I need to see the new Deadpool movie.
Yeah, I hear it's amazing.
Oh,
I
know it's going to
there's
be so good.
There's no way it's not going to be good, right? Like it's just that's just the matter of fact.
Did either of you guys watch Welcome to Wrexham?
Oh,
The documentary about their soccer team.
Yeah. He's got one of the guys he's like the beloved guy from that. The soccer player. Apparently, he plays the British Deadpool.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In the new Deadpool.
Okay, say no more. I haven't.
I guess there's a multiverse of Deadpools.
Oh man.
Deadpool goes through. Deadpool's got to poke fun at everything, right? Like, so of course he's going to poke fun at the multiverse at some point.
Yeah. Oh man, dude, Deadpool is just. I don't know. It's good.
Well, how the hell is that Wolverine even there, right? Because Wolverine in the yellow suit doesn't exist at the same time. Brandon, you're the comic book guy. Is that the...
Yeah. No, that Wolverine in the 90s, he existed at the same time.
That's the same time? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As that's when Rob Liefeld created him, basically the early 90s.
Okay.
But no, I think I remember seeing a trailer for it, and I think he's in a different dimension. Like Deadpool goes to a different dimension or something. He grabs him.
Oh, I see. Yeah, see, that's
like
what
that.
I figured. That they go some kind of multiverse bullshit. I'm so over it.
Dude, I'm just over it. Yeah,
it was so cool when we first got to see it, but then that was it. It was like,
yeah, even then, I was like,
fast.
I was just over after Infinity War. I was like,
Yeah.
This was peak Marvel. It was great. I was like, awesome. Like Infinity War Part 1 and 2 is amazing. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is Dr. Doom. Yeah,
that's right. He's Dr. Doom. Yeah, they're really pulling out the big guns to.
Yay! More Robert Downey Jr.
Mm-hmm.
That's not part of the lore of Doctor Doom, is it? That's not like in Doctor Doom isn't Iron Man.
No, Iron Man in one universe became Doctor Doom, like Tony Stark did.
Oh, is that for real?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, that's how they're spinning it.
Oh, so it's not like that written out like that in the comic book.
I don't think. I mean, maybe, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It could
I want to
be.
see.
You've read like a few comic books, Brandon. I expect you to know everything about all of it.
Yeah.
I just want to see Deadpool face off against Tony Stark because I want to see Robert Downey Jr. and Ryan Reynolds throw hissy fits at each other over who gets to be grown-up Ryan Reynolds and who gets to be little kid Ryan Reynolds, basically.
Yeah, right.
Same. Like those guys have like the same character, and maybe like have Vince Vaughn moderate it because Vince Vaughn is basically Michael Keaton and Christopher Walken mashed together.
He totally is.
Your money, baby, and you don't even know it.
Yeah. I want to see it. Make it happen, computer. AI
Shall we call it, boys? There it is.
I was just thinking myself. It's been another good show. Went about around the right amount of time. Maybe one of our longer ones, actually. Just we have such a wonderful time together, guys, here on Coffee Talk.
Now live, laugh, love. Hey, the circus is in town. Bring an empty Coke can and get them free to the circus.
Empty Coke can, eh? Yeah.
So that you know.
You ever had that happen? You were at the circus? They would do that?
I never got in for a free Coke can.
Yeah. Bring your
I don't know how
bottle.
they did it.
Bring your box tops and your used VR headsets.
I never got to go to a circus as a child.
Box
Maybe-
tops. I remember that.
We can all open up into that next time.
Yeah. We'll dive deep. What do you
Roll
say,
Tide.
Punisher? Yeah.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Woo.